Well, it's a beautiful morning. Our house kit is still by the side of the road. There's the trusses in the garden. We were gonna go out on a big walk, weren't we, Daisy? But I just remembered, get across the cattle grid here. I also need to put some, I need to put these back. These are little wooden stays to stop the sheep getting up the side of the cattle grid. I need to put them back on at some point. But I just remembered we only got these, which, believe it or not, apparently are pear trees and apple trees. A pear tree and an apple tree. But I've never seen a sapling delivered without any soil, which is a bit odd. But yeah, we're going to have to find a place to plant these, because surely a tree can't live very long if it doesn't have any soil attached to it. I thought when you got a sapling, it would come with the soil. Anyway, we're going to maybe head up to the house site, somewhere up there, and see if we can find a place to plant them. The other thing I'm doing, you might have noticed the bonnet's open. The battery, I left the ignition on in the truck and the battery ran down. So I'm charging both of them. I had another one of these, like a little battery conditioner, but it wasn't charging them. And we think it's because the battery was so low, the little battery conditioner that we had on thought they were 6-volt batteries and was trying to charge them to 6 volts. So we put on the old-fashioned one, and it seems to be charging them a lot better. So I got this one up to above 12 volts last night. This one's now on. But yeah, really annoying. The first time I have ever let the battery on this thing run down, I leave the ignition on. I was charging some bits and pieces when I was building the little fenced garden area over there. So just a whole day, hopefully, of leaving these things on charge, and that should get them back up to the right voltage. Okay, so here's some of the soil, mainly turf, that we dug up when we were doing the garden with the digger. So I'm going to take some of this up, some of the soil from the garden, and we'll take up the saplings and everything else, and then find a nice place to put them. Okay, apparently bare root planting is a thing. So Leonie's let them soak here for half an hour or more in the sun, and then what we'll do is we'll take them up along with some turf and get them planted.
Here they are. Oh God.
You okay?
Yes. Got them entangled. So
and here are our tools.
Here, Louise. And this is apple ripston.
Yeah, so you just scrape this back. Mm. So
dig 2 holes.
One here, one here?
Yeah.
That works for you? Right, well, what we'll do, we'll get the trees up here, along with the tools. I'll go over to next to where the dumper is and I'll get the rest of the soil. Well, not the rest, but I'll get some more soil. And then, we'll put it up here.
Because I'm...
You alright there, Daisy? I don't suppose anywhere in those instructions it states how far apart they should be. But I suppose I was going to start one here, so...
Yeah, hold on, I'll find...
Bloody hell.
Find out. Oh, Daisy.
Like that, maybe?
Yeah?
Don't want it too deep because the roots are pretty
True.
shallow. I mean... Bloody hell. You can actually buy little things that measure the pH level and stuff for you, like wee kits. So you could just kind of be testing it. Oh. I think you're meant to take these off and retie them, because as the tree grows, it's just going to create, you know?
Yeah, I would have just left them for now, but yeah.
Happy?
Very happy.
Establish them with a bit of water. I put some plant feed that I found in this, so
Oh, that's good.
it's not pea. So yeah, pretty good. You happy?
Very happy.
Can you hear that?
Cannot believe this weather.
It's amazing, isn't it? Oh look, wow, see that? See that helicopter? I think that must be Coast Guard. But look how low it's flying. Right.
The view they must have up there.
I know.
Well,
I think
like
that must be a
this.
military helicopter of some sort.
Yeah, it doesn't look Coast
It
Guard.
looks grey. Wouldn't be surprised, because you always see the military helicopters flying over. Wow. Okay, now the next day I've managed to find an old protective cowl thing. So I've cut it up and I've put, well, this is our apple tree here. I've put another one on the pear tree. I hope that's not too low. Since I didn't want to start interfering with the branches, I'm really just trying to protect against rabbits and maybe sheep. But well, there shouldn't be any sheep coming up here. But yeah, I'm hoping that the rabbits can't get up high enough to chew at those. I mean, there's lots of other things that the rabbits, I'm sure, would love to chew. So hopefully this will be quite low down the priority list for them. But yeah, nice. Well, bit of an experiment. We'll just have to see. I've put some nice soil up here. Whether these things take off and take root, I don't know. It's the very, 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 very first planting. So it's a little bit of an experiment. But yeah, let's see. So I'm in the middle of the bushes right now. My dad has been very busy using our little digger to clear the rhododendrons here. And this is where the bushes are at some of their thickest. I mean, you can see how high up they go. You can see the lovely Scots pines above us. But we are right behind. We've now actually opened out onto the bank, if I can get up here. Oops. God, it's steep. Ugh. This is the bank where we planted the trees. So I thought we would come back and check on the pear tree and the apple tree. Now the pear tree has come out first and it's absolutely beautiful. Look at these lovely soft green leaves. Really, really nice. This one came out first and then the rest have all just started to bloom. I think this is holding up quite well. I've not made the string very tight up here or here. I've got the bamboo and then I've got the more solid stick in here. Maybe when we get to winter time, we'll take another look at adjusting it to make sure that it's ready for the winds. But we've had some pretty windy days and it seems to have coped pretty fine up here. And then over here, we have the apple tree. A bit slower to come out. I think pear tends to bloom first, doesn't it? And you can see it's got this little fuzz on it. But these are all now starting to open out into little leaves. Really, really nice. Actually, this is not lying perfectly. It would be maybe good to adjust where this stick is. But yeah, I'm very pleased with how it's all coming together. Of course, these being, I never really considered that, of course, but these being pear trees and apple trees need cross-pollinator. They need pollinated so that they can bear fruit. Now, our friends who purchased these, because they purchased like a pack of 8 of them, and we bought 2 off them, they have planted their ones just down the road. So we might have to go and harvest some seeds. I don't really know how it works, but we'll maybe do that. And then eventually we can get these things bearing fruit. And then maybe one day what would be nice is get a few more trees planted up here. As we cut these roddies back, clear away these kind of reeds here, turn this into a more kind of green pasture, it would be quite nice, maybe especially going that way, to get some more tree growth going. So yeah, anyway, this has been a fun little experiment. I will keep you guys updated, and maybe one day we'll make our first apple pie using apples grown from the tree here on the site. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to get back into the bushes, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.